Aspergers versus neurotypicals. Now, I don't know if this is true for you, but me as an ASPI, HSP, INFJ, empath, whatever, I find that when I watch a movie, or in this case a TV series, the second time, I always get it the way I imagine neurotypicals get it on the first time, but it sort of takes me getting to the end so that I can see how this otherwise to me unpredictable story would end so that I could make sense of all the events, because I see time sort of just as a necessary dimension in order to describe the now. Now, a lot of people like Eckhart Tolle teaches now is the only thing, but I feel like now is actually defined by my perception of the past and the future. It all goes into my now. So for whatever reason, I need to see the end before I can understand and make sense of the events. That's just how my mind works. And when I can then hear the jokes, okay, so now that I know the progression of events and I know all the contexts, then I get the jokes. Because to me, the reason I don't get jokes, I guess, is because I'm not sure what context their neurotypicals are referring to. And the way a neurotypical thinks, maybe it's obvious to them because they're on this sort of invisible track that I can't see. But it's not obvious to me because that invisible track is defined by their neurotype, by their neuronal patterns. And I don't have those patterns. I have different patterns. Not better, not worse, just different. So it's kind of like being of another culture and not getting the context in that culture. It's exactly the same thing. So when I watched a movie, I might need to see the ending before I could go back and watch it a second time and actually get the jokes. So I was just watching Frankie and Grace for the second time, not because I wanted to see the series again, because I didn't expect to enjoy the second time more, but I'm watching it so that I can take photos of their clothing, especially Frankie's big crystal necklaces, because they inspire me to make my own crystal necklaces and to be bold enough to put that big giant crystal up here rather than a little tiny little crystal, you know. But the big giant crystal has more healing properties for certain situations, and they were able to do it well in the movie. Okay, point being is, so I'm sitting here with my cell phone and I'm taking pictures of their outfits, and in the meantime, I'm hearing a lot of the jokes again, even though I'm fast forwarding the parts that I don't like. But I like most of the scenes of Grace and Frankie, and not really any other scenes. So I watch all those, and I kind of know the storyline, so I'm mainly following their storyline, each of their storylines, not necessarily the spouses or the kids. And maybe that's just because I like to focus on lesser numbers of people, so I can put more energy into that. Because I only have so much awareness and willingness to calculate the plot. You know, I don't want to put all my calculating energy into the plot of a show, because then I won't have any left for, say, my etheric flux theory that I'm working on. So that's the main reason I think why I like simpler plots, and also no horror or anything that would make my body physically recoil, because then it just ruins my own personal day. Why would anyone want to do that? When my body recoils at horror at some scene, it's like, oh, just give me more pain. You know, I don't like that. It makes my dopamine disappear, and it makes my adrenaline go up. And I need the opposite. So that's why I don't watch horror. How about you? Do you find that horror messes up your mood? Almost permanently, because that thought goes into your head forever, and then it has to live there. I guess maybe my thoughts are easily hijacked by new thoughts that come in. Oh well, at least I know about it, so I can prevent it from happening. So I was just watching season 2, episode 9, and there was a joke on there.
Grace?
Where Grace was having a dream about ready to kiss Phil, and then it's just so funny, you know.